Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta and this is in the style of DIMEBAG DARRELL. So, yes indeed, in the style of the late great, if not the greatest, the one and only DIMEBAG DARRELL. On this video I'm just gonna go through the key elements of DIMEBAG's style. I have an old guitar world here where DIMEBAG basically shows and tells what he thinks that what makes him him. So I'm gonna use this as a guide to hopefully present his style to the best of my abilities. This isn't about DIMEBAG sound, but let's just discuss it briefly. I guess everyone knows he used Dean ML guitars and Washburns later in his career, and then he went back to Dean. Randall solid state amps, a couple of different models during the years. Bill Oren's pickup, and later Seymour Duncan's Humbucker pickup. And on this article he describes how he creates his sound. So basically he has 3 gain stages. A hot pickup, which I have a EMG81 here, stage number 1. EQ pedal, gain stage number 2. He used the NXR 6-band EQ, I'm having a Bus GE7 EQ here. And then the amp. And his sound is kind of interesting. It's scooped, but it's not. So, what do I mean by that? Well, he boosted the mids with the EQ. So the signal that hits the amp was actually heavily mid boosted and the amp was fairly scooped. I have here a JCM2000 triple super lead, which I've said it's fairly scooped. The mid, the tone shift that cuts everything, it's on, and then I boosted the mids back a little bit. So without the EQ, the tone is like, and with the EQ, I think it's quite close what DIMEBAG uses. Really lots of highs, lots of presence, fair amount of lows, and then again the mid boost from the EQ, but then kind of scoop sound from the amp. That's about the sound. Okay, his style, his riffs, he used a lot of slides and bends and diets. So let me demonstrate. Let's take this riff. Well, that's walk, but played wrong. Played like regular way, dime way would be. So instead of going, he bends the F to F sharp and then does a pull off. The other way, let's take this simple riff. Dime way would be. So to bend the F sharp 5 chord to G. Another example. Dime way. It grooves a lot more. And the slides, mouth for war. Again, lots of lights makes this really nice, you know, groove thing. Okay, then dyads. What are dyads? They are chords that are made of 2 different notes. Your usual basic power chord is, let's say G, it's G and the 5th note D. But many times Dimebag didn't use the 5 shape. He used either a major or minor third. So major third in G would be G and B. Minor would be G and B flat. This love chorus. So instead of playing, he's playing. So C minor, B minor, G minor, and not. So he mixes those. Another example will be Regular People, which goes like this. So again, he is using the major third dyads, so, and not, so, and then the ending is regular power chords or 5th chords. Another thing is use of chromatics. Let's say this really simple riff. To give it some dime flavor, you would use chromatics like this. Another good chromatic example is this love. So he's using like it's pretty cool. Another example of slides, like the ending riff of 25 years. So instead of playing he's playing. Now, slight bend. It just creates this nice groove. Another good example is one of the riffs from Shedding Skin. So it's basically moving the shape up. So it's like that. Really cool things. And chromatics, he used like solos too. Like let's say this simple lick. how to get from here to here could be like this. Or like a little bit blues in there. And another technique that, well, according to Dime, he stole from Eddie Van Halen is the use of symmetrical shapes. So what that means is, for example, Cowboys from Hell solo. Let's go actually through that solo because that's a really good example of Dimebag's soloing style. So it starts with the root note and then the diminished note or blue note. And then comes this symmetrical shape. It's basically like this, and then he just repeats the exact same shape with all strings. So it's in the key of E, so it's same shape that Van Halen uses, but Van Halen uses like Dime just instead of here he goes here. And then the ending is another shape, it's like this. And it just goes like. So. Again the blue. So the ending is just like combining minor and major pentatonics, because minor pentatonic, major. So he combines these. This is almost like a country lick. That could be on a country song. Great solo, great example of Dimebag style, like pentatonic, blues scale, symmetrical shapes, wide symmetrical shapes, combining of minor and major pentatonics, and added some diminished / blue notes. Great solo, great example of Dimebag's playing. He uses the harmonics in a few ways, like the riff from Heresy. Actually sure if it completely like that, but the idea is that he uses harmonics a lot. And also the other thing how he uses harmonics are these like so the technique is You mute the 3 lower strings with your thumb, the 2 highest with your first finger, and then you press the bar down and simultaneously you touch the G string with your middle finger or bird finger, like Dan describes here, to just give it some, you know, power. But Dime uses it like this way, like. Whichever is, you know, you feel comfortable. But yeah, that's kind of tricky. But you know, when you work on it, you learn it. So I could talk for hours because Dimebag's style is, and Dimebag's playing and Pantera is very dear to me. And you know, my style is quite similar. I just love the sound of pentatonics and blues scales, and you know, mixing them up with different things. Hopefully this was interesting and informative, and maybe you got some ideas to your own playing. At least I've gotten a plenty from Dimebag. You know, bending, sliding, diats, symmetrical shapes, all kinds of the whole package. I mean, the man was definitely taken away too soon, but his legacy lives on. Goosebumps. Dimebag. Hey, thanks for watching. All the best. Take care. Until next time. Bye.